go. What's up, bro?
We
got a podcast in the metaverse, bro.
yeah. Who knew that this is what it was all building up to through the entire first season? And now we are here kicking off season 2 with all of you guys, a live studio audience.
Let's go. Every Tuesday.
A podcast. We didn't even know what was happening. We're 15 episodes into this.
It seems to be helping and impacting a lot of people. We'll see you every Tuesday on the Well Metaverse podcast. Peace.
Easy. I don't know why I chuck deuces. Like I don't chuck deuces. What was that?
Hey.
What it do? What it do?
Man, look at that coming in right at the wire. That's for everybody watching. He had a whole different camera set up, and Lolly backstage started the intro, and he completely changed his camera setup. Man, plenty of time. No sense rushing into anything.
Oh, plenty of time, brother.
How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Man, I'm fantastic, bro. Excited about life. Excited about everything, man.
I like it.
Absolutely, dude.
I like it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. My eldest daughter got engaged over the weekend.
Woo! Let's go.
Yeah, and he's a good dude.
Let's go.
Like that's like it's one of those guys where it's like, yeah, welcome to the fam. You know, just awesome.
You know what's amazing with that is, like, typically your daughter gets engaged and married, and then you get suspenders. You got suspenders first.
Do you think that's why she ended up getting engaged? Like, I got the suspenders, and the clocks of time just were like, oh, it's time.
That's fun, man.
Lolly D says, congratulations. Yeah. And Sturm says, hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. Sturm, always good to see you, man. Mama Bray, we're just talking about you with Lolly before the show. So I guess I can say this now, but so on New Year's Eve, we're trying to figure out what to do in the Soapstone. And so we've joined up and we're collaborating with Horizon World Tours, which is our friend Oculus. Yeah. Oh, I lost your audio, Jason, but Oculus, Mama Bray, and Diener, I believe, are going to be involved in helping us pull that event off. So very, very cool.
Let's go. There's my audio.
Oh man, that changed a lot.
Yeah, you were sounding fantastic. I was like, I gotta match that.
Yeah, you did it. You might have. Now it's like a bad haircut. Now I gotta.
Speaking of bad haircuts, I like your part.
It's kind of screwy today, I think, a little bit. There is some headsets on and off. I get whatever. Like it is. There's some things we have control over and others we don't. And sometimes what my hair wants to do is one of those things that you don't have control over.
Sometimes you need the serenity, brother. Well, you always do.
There it is. Sturm points out that he's involved in the daytime world tours. Heck yeah.
Let's go, Sturm.
Yeah. Sturm's a little bit everywhere in this here metaverse. Or I should say a lot bit everywhere. Doing good stuff. Great. Jackie says, hey y'all. Hey.
What's up, Jackie?
This is cool, man. I just shout out to the folks that are watching live. It means the world to us that you all are a part of this journey and engaging. And I know we have a lot of people that watch after the fact, and you're just as important. We like you as well.
Absolutely.
So, we just can't tell you on the spot. So thank you for watching this whenever you watch it, if it's live or after the fact. Kimberly Ann says, tiptoe through the tulips. We can always count on Kimberly Ann. Like, she's going to look at the title of the episode and tie it in somehow.
Absolutely. That's cool. Kimberly Ann.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. And Mama Bray, we're just going to read some.
You know what, Mama Bray, appreciate that. We're glad. We're glad that we can
Indeed.
be part of your favorite part of your week. Actually,
Indeed.
your
Just
best
like to be
part,
any
not your
part of the
favorite, but
week,
the
let
best
alone
part.
the favorite. That's awesome. Yeah. But as Kimberly said, or alluded to, the name of this episode is Planting Tulips. And
Yes.
I didn't tell you anything about what that's about. Do you have any guesses, Jason, on what?
Well, being the fact that tulips are out of season right now, and the fact that planting has to do with something like the beginning or the start of something, I'm gonna guess that there's something new going on in the metaverse that has to deal with the idea of tulips, whether it's a world or whether it's giving people some setting things up for people to receive their flowers. That I just gave two guesses in
All
one.
right, I was gonna say that's kind of a cheap guess to be. Oh, there's something new coming up in the soapstone. I don't think that there's been a week where we've been like, yeah, nothing's really happening. Yeah,
Yeah. Just a regular
but
week, folks.
yeah, that's right. Nothing to see here. Yeah. And I like that guess about giving people their flowers too. That's cool, and that's of course a really important part. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I was expressing my gratitude to them for the role that they play in the soapstone,
Uh-huh.
and they said that they're like, Aaron, you've said that, and I know that, and I like hearing it, but just know that I know that you appreciate who I am and what I do, and so you don't feel like you have to say it. And
Yeah.
I said, listen, that's the best part of my job. The best part to tell people what they mean to me and how much I appreciate them. So
Yeah.
don't take that from me. Let me do my
Absolutely.
thing. I like that. Speaking of amazing people, Carrie Jo Russell, the lunch lady,
What's
has
up, lunch ladies in the building?
a tulip icon. She found that very cool. Afternoon, gents, from JJ Bagwell. I saw some conversation in one of the Discord threads with J Bags, and he might be coming to a little in-person get-together that we're going to be hosting. I don't know if heck, I'm talking about it now. But
Hey.
and Jason, we got to get you, and if we can get you out for this, I'd love to have you come up. But there's about 25 or so folks from the Soapstone that are talking about coming up to Grand Rapids for Laugh Fest. And and
When is Laugh Fest?
it's early March. I think it's maybe the 7th through the 10th, and
Okay.
the core days that people are looking at coming up are the 9th and 10th especially. So yeah. Yeah, that's how announcements come. I just end
Hey,
up starting to talk about something. But
we're
yeah, so
dudes, man.
if you guys are watching and that's of interest to you, hit us up on our Discord channel, because we got some folks that are stepping in and organizing that, and it's gonna be cool. We're gonna do some great get together type stuff. We might do a meal, probably do some comedy. I mean, on account of Laugh Fest going on. So
That's great. And it's March 7th through the 10th?
Yep. And the specific days that people are coming up, some are coming up early, some are staying late, but the 9th and the 10th seem to be the central days that people's trips are organized around. Sturm says if he had the money, he'd be there. I hear you, Sturm, and that'd be a journey for you. You'd win the award for the person that traveled the farthest. Although we do have someone coming down from Alaska already.
Wow.
It's been good connecting with you, Jason. We'll catch you next time. No, your camera just went out.
That's no. Yeah, I got to get some better.
All right. Yeah, Mark is flying in from Alaska. Indeed. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Cool thing. Oh, Lolly says you need to make a more central meetup. Yeah. We did one in person. We got to do one out your way, Lolly, because there's a lot of folks out your way. That'd be fun. But maybe we'll put that on the agenda next after. Although if we're going to come out there, we ought to do it during the winter, for sure. So, yeah. Bray says, sure looking into coming as well. This is awesome. Alma Jean says, a small hop, skip, and a jump across the pond. For sure. Yep. Edmond, West Coast is Lolly's out in the LA area, which they call LLA or LAA. I used to live in Lansing, and we used to call Lansing LA. The Lansing.
LA, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
Kalamazoo. That's the funniest name, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, what's a Kalamazoo? How did they come up with that name?
So here's funny. So the reason I called today's episode Planting Tulips is because the other day Renee and I just were on one of these little mental journeys and ended up researching out where Holland, Michigan came from and what played a role in that. And Kalamazoo is a part of that.
Really?
But yeah, there were a bunch
Look at us vibing.
Yeah. But there were a bunch of Dutch settlers that came over, and they were expert farmers, but they came over to find some land here.
Did each one have to pay their own way?
They split it. Split it 50-50.
Right.
Yeah. But they came over and then they ended up spending a little bit of time in the Detroit area, like and several of them ended up like working in the shipyards. And so they had this farming knowledge. And then
say that and hold your tongue.
Well, that's a bunch of ships.
So they're working on the shipyard.
Yeah. A steaming pile of shipyard.
Right. That's hysterical.
Yeah, but so anyway, they learned about shipping, and then they headed over to Kalamazoo to find a place to settle, and they ended up not digging the zoo, so they ended up coming up north via bobsled actually, and found what's now called Lake Makatawa, which used to be Black Lake. And J-Bags, he's scolding us. You kiss your mother with that mouth? But they ended up settling, and Lake Makatawa, the first thing they did is they, by hand, dug a canal connecting Lake Michigan and Lake Makatawa so they could settle farmland around the lake and have easy distribution. So they took that knowledge of farming, and that gave them this incredible ability to produce. Yeah. And then they took the knowledge of the importance of shipping lanes, and they built that into the system. So then they had an excellent model of distribution. And that right there laid the groundwork for a very prosperous area. Who you got?
That's one of the brothers here at the church, man.
All right,
Stan. Listen,
hey, Stan.
we're doing a live video show. No, they were saying, hey, Stan. Yeah, dude. So what's amazing is like with three things that I just learned. One, where the name came from. Two, like, I thought bobsledding was only for racing in the Olympics.
Or did I say bobsledding?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people don't know it's all downhill from Kalamazoo to Holland. Dog sled.
Oh, dog sled. Yeah. Okay. I was like, man, that's
two things I didn't know, and one of them, frankly, I think you're lying about.
Right, gullible old me. Like, wow, did y'all know? They settled in northern Michigan with bobsleds.
Yeah. You always fact check me. Aztec says, "Hey, everyone."
What's up, Aztecs? That's funny.
Yeah, Aztec Consulting. He's come into the soapstone and really kind of coming into his own. He's a big part of the community. It's awesome to see new people come in and just integrate into the community. I love it.
So good.
I'm a fan.
So
what does
you
that have
still-
to do with tulips?
no, I'm still trying to figure out where the name of Kalamazoo came from.
Yeah. I don't know. That'll be our next research journey, I suppose.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you get tulips out of frozen settled farming land?
Well, okay. So what we were researching is, why is the Holland Zeeland area so prosperous? And really it came down to that, early on when it was settled, they basically were experts at farming and experts at distribution. And because of that, the people in the area became quite prosperous. But then the second piece of that is they needed something to draw attention to the area. So being from Holland, they knew that they had tulips back there, and tulips just weren't really a thing in this area. So they ordered 100,000 tulip bulbs from back home and brought them here and sold them to the people in the community for a penny a piece. And everybody planted these tulips. And then it became this really unique thing. Still today, there's a thing called the Tulip Festival that happens here, and people come from all over the world to come check it out. It's pretty amazing. But that big event became this draw that brought notoriety to the area. And then that combined with the expert farming and the distribution, it made this place prosperous and grow. And then because of those shipping lanes, then industry came in and the furniture industry started booming. And again, all of that comes together to now this area is quite prosperous. There's a lot of people doing real well.
All because they were planting tulips.
It's all because of planting. But it's all because they planted tulips before there was a need to plant tulips. Like they had to start that process 2 years before there could even possibly be a payoff.
Yeah.
They had to start the work, they had to start the planning, and they had to rely on the people. All of these things, and then it comes to fruition 2 years later, and plays a huge role in everyone's prosperity. Really wild.
That's so good. So what are we preparing for in the soapstone?
We're preparing for growth. I'll tell you that. But I mean, since our first meeting on this podcast, we've been talking about growth, and we are definitely preparing for growth. We, in a meeting yesterday, we announced not yesterday. What day is today? Tuesday? In a
Friday.
meeting on Sunday, we announced some new additions that are coming in on our team of marquee hosts. And we're really looking to create this network of people that can interrelate with each other, share best practices, look at lifting each other up and becoming the best host network for events that anyone has ever seen. Yeah. And of course, everybody on our lead team is playing a big role in that, but especially our friend Ariola Grande. She's going to be stepping in as the lead host and really serving as a resource for those marquee hosts and a resource for Lolly D, our daytime experience lead, and Lunch Lady, our evening experience lead, on helping connect and grow those hosts and really the networks of people around the individual shows.
You know what I foresee in the future?
What's that?
A Soapstone Metaverse Symposium.
You know these IRL get-togethers. It's kind of the groundwork for that. I mean, it's not strategically the groundwork for that, but it's something we're doing, and it's laying the groundwork for that.
So
it's
good.
yeah. I'm with you. I could see that being a thing where we get together and not just soapstone people, but certainly soapstone people, and we help people figure out how to do shows, how to do events, and how to build community and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. Because I know Luma Creative Services, man. She's got a whole metaverse conference that she does.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There's people that are moving and shaking and doing stuff. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Is not say, hey, we're going to do this, but figure out who's already doing something similar and collaborate.
absolutely, absolutely. Collaboration.
Collaboration from West Michigan. Grand
Planting
Rapids.
tulips and riding bobsleds.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
He said, J Bags is hysterical. JJ Bags.
Yeah,
I'm glad we call him JJ Bags and not J Deuce or Deuce. J Deuce, like two J Deuce Bags.
I don't get it.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
We're too long of a walk.
Don't worry about it. That's fair. Like, and sometimes we just got to be able to say that. I don't get it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. There's a guy on TikTok who will tell a joke that makes zero sense. And
by the way, J-Bag says he got it.
Look, so he'll tell a joke like say, like what did the monkey say to the squirrel? Paper towel. Right? And then the people laugh. He's like, explain it. That is so funny, man.
Yeah.
Kyle is in the
Kimberly
building.
Ann says, I feel the wind blowing right through my head. Oh.
That is great.
Oh man! Speaking of Kimberly Ann, I'm sporting our new soapstone.
The swag. Let's go. Yeah, I was noticing that when you were talking. That's why, I mean, because that looks so professional. That's why I believed you with the bobsleds going from Northern Michigan.
Yeah. But
That is great.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Kimberly Ann. She might have been talking to you. Looking good.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is we're preparing for growth, because we have a team of people that have become experts at running things the way we run things. But when things start scaling up, which I'm a firm believer that they're going to be scaling up, things change, and the systems that are in place right this minute are not necessarily the systems that will be successful at the next level. So
Yes, sir.
we've been for months now, we've been making small changes and preparing for potential growth. And man, oh man, to see, growth is hard, change is hard, and to see the team of people that we have involved in the soapstone embrace it and thrive through it is really been good. It hasn't been without its bumps, I'll tell you that.
Hey. Man, but what I love about this whole idea of planting tulips, it's almost like the old adage, man, you got to prepare for the rain.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember there was a moment where my wife and I, we were living in Seattle, and I took on a job, a very low paying job, but high impact for community and youth. And just, we went there knowing that we're going to live, there's going to be this season of living humbly, but for the greater good. And during that time, man, we had one vehicle. We had, my beloved Honda Accord, and we had our third child. Actually, we had our fourth child, and like, man, we need another vehicle. It's time to upgrade from this you know, Honda Accord to a van. And I thought, you know, I was like, well, I'm not going to do a car payment. That's just ridiculous. So we'll just, you know, make it do what it does until we get a car. So man, one day I was in my garage and we had a 2.5 car garage at this time. So one half of the garage or 2/3 of the garage was clean, but the other third of the car was my junk pile. It was everything that could go over there unorganized. And one day it was as if God said to me, you really praying for a new van and think that I'm gonna give it to you, huh? Yeah, like, yeah, you know, I believe, like, not based off of the way that this garage is looking.
Hmm.
And I was like, man, although I was looking and simply hoping and in some sense preparing, looking for a new vehicle, my life circumstances wasn't preparing for it.
Hmm.
And so what I did one day, man, I just cleaned out that garage. I was like, you know what? I'm going to prepare as if I'm getting that van tomorrow. And so I cleaned out that side, made it look like it was ready for a van. I wouldn't put anything over there. Like, this is where the van is going. And then we had just gotten a new refrigerator and I still had the refrigerator cardboard in the box. So I, you know, ripped open the box and I hung it up where the car was going to go, where the van was going to go. And it was a verse. There's a verse that says, and my God shall supply all of my needs according to his riches. And that stayed there for probably about 3 months. And probably about month 3, I got a phone call. And somebody said, hey, what you doing? I'm like, I'm at work. Where's your car? It's like, do you have it or your wife? I got it. Is your wife at home asking all these questions? You know, I'm like, why is this person asking all these questions? But I was answering them. And he was like, look, I'm at this point. I was trying to do something without you knowing. I was trying to buy you a van. But I didn't want anybody to know. Please don't tell anybody this. I want it to be a secret. If you can, don't even tell your wife. But I'm at the point in the transaction where they won't allow me to make the final purchase. I need to put your name on the paperwork. Can you meet me and I'll give you the cash money to go and purchase this van? And dude, I met the person. To this day, my wife doesn't know who it is. I met the person. They gave me $14,000 or $17,000 cash. I went up to the dealership. It was parked in the front. I just handed the money, signed the paperwork, and drove off with a new van.
So I'm probably a little bit twisted because my favorite part of that story is not the driving away with the van. My favorite part of that story is hearing you and picturing you for 3 months coming out and looking at that cardboard cutout. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I bet what you weren't saying was, oh, dang it, it's never going to happen. I didn't get this.
Right.
Like, my God failed me.
Yeah.
You know, but to come out and see something that you desperately need, not be there.
Right.
And be able to persist and thrive through that time. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, believe me, it's awesome to drive away in that van, but man, the overlooked blessing of that is that 3 months waiting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even the shift in mindset of just wishing something to happen and not doing anything. Martin Luther King says this. This is my favorite Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. quote. To have faith that God is going to do something while you stand by and do nothing is not faith, but superstition.
Oof. Yeah.
Bro, you can pray all you want that something's going to happen, but if you don't do anything, you're not having faith. You're just wishing.
Yeah.
Not even upon a star.
Wishing or complaining.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
So I planted some tulips
You
in the
planted some
garage.
tulips, man. That is boy. I love the way these conversations go. Like, I mean, we didn't talk about planting tulips,
No, we didn't.
but man, it just all comes together.
Indeed. Edmund is dropping some comments on the YouTubes.
Edmund says reposting that meme on Facebook helps too. So I heard. Yeah, because yeah, that's key. That's key to make sure that those memes go out. It's actually directly tied to how many likes and shares you get as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are great. Hey, thanks.
Love you back, homie.
Yeah. All right, man. So I feel like we've covered it.
I think all the Dunnings did.
Yeah. You're coming out.
Hey.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
We're good. How are you?
Good. You know, my favorite part of Jason's story was the prep work for the thing that may or may not ever come. And I'm a real big believer in manifesting things, like fake it till you make it, you know, that kind of mentality. And so that's my favorite part of it. It's like have faith in it and prepare for it, even if it may never come, because maybe not in that van, not in that garage would have been a car, but what if it just became an office for one of your students, or, you know, one of your kids as a student or whatever. It's great that it became a van. That's awesome. But, you know, just cleaning up our junk and making room is always good too. So
junk in the trunk. Get rid of the junk in the trunk.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. So I'm assuming you brought me out to talk about soapstone, so I'll do that.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so this week our featured show is the Fireside Chat. And if anybody, if anybody isn't familiar with that, it's one of our favorite shows because people feel that's where they feel that sense of community. I think we always do. We have great shows. We have a lot of community people, but I think a lot of people feel connected to that show because that's where they can, you know, hey, you know, I got something I need to talk about, or I just want to, you know, hug some people. And I think they just have a really great thing going on there on Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, you know, the thing that really jumps out to me about that show in particular is it's not about the funny. You know, it is about connecting with people and supporting each other. And yeah, and just like you said, it's wild to see the depth that they'll go into in those shows. And again, it's at a comedy club or at the fire pit outside of a comedy club. But it's a very, very genuine conversation and connection there.
Yeah, and that's run by
that is an amazing experience. Yeah.
And that's run by Alma Jean and Lunch Lady, two of the leads on our team, and they do an excellent job. I've heard nothing but great things about the Fireside Chat. So congrats to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the rest of us, you know, we wound up with our Thanksgiving week, and we had so much fun and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. There was surprisingly a lot of people there last week for Take Two trivia, which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people playing around while their turkeys were cooking, I guess, or whatever. It was fun.
Well, and again, it's really a wonderful service to people to hold events on holidays. Because you know, some of us don't like our families. No.
I'm writing that down. 3405. Aaron doesn't like his family.
Yeah. But no, okay. in all seriousness, you know, some of us, our family is the folks that we hang out with in the Soapstone. And to not close that door, but to leave the opportunity open for people to connect and have those interaction and have that fellowship on the holidays. I think that's awesome. Coming up for Christmas and New Year's and stuff, you know, we're gonna have stuff. We're gonna have stuff happening.
Yeah, and everybody needs to stay tuned for all of that because we do. And like you said, we have some new hosts stepping into some new roles with some big personalities, and I think we're going to see some fun new things happening on some of these shows. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be a great new year, but we still got a lot of fun partying to do before the end of this one. So looking forward to all of those things. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Good stuff happening. Well, yeah, I'm loving everything that's happening. What do you think, Jason? You got anything to close us out with? I how long you had that queued up? And you're like, oh, just wait. He's going to say something.
That's great.
Oh man, Matt chimes in here. This is Ace the Bass on Wednesday night at the Well Metaverse show. Yoda is going to be there. No, not the little green guy. Yoda WNY, one of the folks from Inspire Create Labs. Man, he's got some good
I forgot to say something.
Oh, yeah.
I should have mentioned this, and I apologize. My guest tomorrow, or Calamai's guest tomorrow on Good Morning Soapstone is Matthias, who is the CEO of Inspire Create. So it's an Inspire Create week with Yoda being on that show and Matthias being on ours. So forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
let's go.
Those folks at Inspire, like they have really been genuine, deep partners through this journey. And I mean, that doesn't just like we haven't all always just been on the top of the hill,
right?
Like this has been a journey for everybody involved, and the depth that brings, the trust, the interaction, like we're in a cool spot. Inspire's in a cool spot. The Soapstone's in a cool spot, and I'm really looking forward to what all might be coming up.
So good, man. Yeah, it's their name is spot on. Inspire Create Labs, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
And their logo.
Look at there.
Very good too.
Dude, that's hey, you know what I do? You know what I do with my kids when my kids are on FaceTime with me?
What?
Yeah, I do what little kids used to do. What they used to do when they were little kids. They just sit. My kids will be trying to talk to me serious. I just start making faces, man. Just now you know how it feels.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's funny. I probably don't do that enough.
Yeah.
Can't even reach the camera. Yeah. All right. I think we've done it.
I think we've done it.
Another one in the books. Jason, thank you for being along on this adventure. I don't know where I'd be without your friendship and your coaching and counseling all the way through this. It's been spectacular, my friend. So thank you.
Brother, thank you for always planting tulips to all those you meet.
We planted a few tulips, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being a part of this. We will see you soon.
I'm chunking deuces.